Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I am making a video after all this time. It's been a minute, but I've had some of you request to see a tutorial on this palette since I posted it recently, and I thought I really needed to because it's on sale and I don't know how long it's going to last in stock. Because I believe once it's gone, it's gone. So I think it was worth coming on and making a video for you. So the palette I'm referring to is Addiction Palette 8 with Younique, and it is full of these beautiful, beautiful colors. I really think these are more of a fall palette. However, you can wear it anytime. And I do grab this palette throughout the year because I just think the colors are beautiful. So let's get started. All right, so I never apply eyeshadow. If you guys have watched me for the last 10 years, as long as we've had the eye primer, I do not even start to apply my eyeshadow without it. So I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze a little onto my ring finger, and then I always like to rub my ring fingers together to warm it up. It's just easier to apply. And it is a very nude color, and then it'll just dry clear. You can't see it at all, but I tell a huge difference if I don't use this, which is rarely. I've traveled out of town and forgotten it, and it's not good. My shadows are much more vibrant with it. They're gonna stay on, and I'm not gonna have any of the smudging or fading or creasing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a transition color. I'm gonna use Revived, and it's like an orangey terracotta, maybe is what I would call it. So I'm just using a fluffy brush, blow off the excess, and I'm just gonna put it, I always do my transition color in my crease and then all across, and then I do come up on the brow bone some as well. When I was younger, the way I applied my makeup, I looked like I had very hooded eyelids, and I don't. You can see I have eyelids, but the way I applied my makeup, I looked like I had very hooded eyelids. So I'm gonna show you a picture. See what I mean? So whether you do or don't, it depends on how you place your shadow to either enhance or help that if you want to. So I always want to put my shadow on up toward my brow bone to lift my eyes up and show that I have some eyelids there. So that's really important. If you just focus your shadow on your lid and even just a little bit more, it's going to look like you don't have much of a lid and your eyes are not going to look as bright. So it's really important. If you've never done that before, just grab you a brush. And the trick I've always said for years, and this is not a crease brush, but you can still do it with a fluffy brush, kind of push your brush where your eyelid meets that brow bone, and then you can keep pushing and just follow that line across. And that is going to be your crease. Then lightly go above that area and you can just blend it out. Now, one of my favorite things about Younique's shadows is that they are highly pigmented, but they are very blendable. And I love a good blended look. You don't want to have any harsh lines. Look, I've not even blended, but look how blended it already looks. And I've not even spent any time on it. So it's kind of self-blending maybe. And I'll finish blending it at the end, but I love how it just, I mean, I could just go like this and be done really, but we're not finished yet. All right, so next I'm gonna do Inconceivable, and for this one, I'm gonna use just my finger. When I do a shimmer, I find that using my ring finger works the best. Also, this is the ring finger, both of my ring fingers, I have the primer on, so keep that in mind too. So I've just swiped it on there, and I am just going to rub this on. I go ahead and get close to my inner corner. I'm not gonna go all the way in because we will put a highlighter in the corner, but I'm gonna just concentrate this on my lid. Look how gorgeous that is. If y'all remember back in the day when I would put on our pigments, I would always get them wet to make that shimmer pop. There's no need for that because that shimmer is popping. Notice I don't have any on my face either. So that's super helpful. I think the finger trick does it. If you use a brush, often you're going to get that shadow on your cheeks and kind of make a mess. But you can always put a light or just like a white setting powder right here. Just kind of pack it on do your shadow and then just swipe it off, and your shadow will come right off your cheeks if you ever have problems of it falling. Okay, so 2 colors, it's really pretty together. I obviously need to blend down here, which I will, but we're gonna do 1/3 and final color, and so that's gonna be our actual crease color. So we're gonna do Profound for that color. I like to use, I don't even know where I got this brush, but Younique does have a fluffy crease brush. I think we still have it. And I have one, I just don't know where it's at the moment. So I'm going to use this old brush, but it is like more of like a fluffy crease brush. So I'm going to, and I like to roll my brush in my shadows and then blow off that excess. Again, that same trick I was talking about a second ago, you're just going to push that brush in your crease and then you can follow it back and forth. We're still going to come up and kind of do like a baby V on the outside as well. So I'll kind of come in closer and show you what I'm doing. So I'm pushing in right here and I am just following it back and forth. And I'm going to concentrate right there on this area to really get some color, okay? I'll go ahead and roll some more on my brush. You can put as much or as little as you want to. I tend to like a darker shadow in my V and then a little higher here. So we still have that transition color peeking through, and then of course we have our lid color. So see, you can already tell that those colors look beautiful together. And of course, I'm just focusing on these 3 colors in the palette, but you can do so many different combinations with these colors. They look gorgeous together. Okay, so you can see I have a darker color here. Now I have shadow on here, no big deal. It'll swipe off. Again, it's because I'm using a brush, so you're probably gonna have some fallout. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side. So again, roll it in Profound. Blow off the excess, pushing in that crease. I'm following it down here. I don't think I mentioned that on the other side. So I'm coming down here and I am making a C or a V, depending on which side of your eye you're on, okay? So you want to do that. Now notice, I'm not taking it all the way across. I'm stopping about right here with this darker color. You absolutely can take it across. It gives you a more dramatic look, so that's really fun on date night, especially if you're doing an even darker color up here. But I typically, like for every day, stop right about right here. All right, so just, and I am blending it a little bit as I go. I'll do the final blend here in just a minute. Look down so you can see. Okay, I have a little shadow, got an old brush, swipe it off. And let me show you another trick. I like to, and I'm not putting eyeliner on today, but I like to squeeze my old brush and I will run it right here along the side of my eyeshadow, and it will give me more of a line and it looks more finished rather than just kind of being blended out further. So smush it and rub it, and it's gonna give you more of a refined line. Before I blend, I'm just gonna take another old brush, and I have, this is embarrassing, but this is so messy. Clearly, I use this a lot. This is a palette I have put together, and all of these colors are on my site. But I'm gonna roll up just a little bit. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna use my finger. If your nails are long, this is hard. Mine aren't too long, but I'm just gonna get a little bit of this light color. And at this moment, I think it's optimistic. I'm not sure. I'll have to let you know below in the comments, but I'm just gonna dot it right there. I'm not gonna leave it like that. Don't worry. And dot. See how you got that highlight? I have a deeper set area in my eyes here. So I love to put a highlighter because if not, I look like I have really dark shadows there. Let me wipe that off the brush where I started to use it, and I'm just gonna come in and just feather it so it softens it up. And I'll even carry it over to about right here to kind of meet over, and it'll blend in just a little bit with my transition color and my lid color. See how that just gives me a nice subtle highlight? It's really pretty. So I'm gonna do the same on the other side. All right, it's time to blend. Even though I really don't have a lot to blend, I kind of have done a little bit on the way as I've been applying it, but I do need to blend, especially here. I feel like it's a little harsh through here, so I'm gonna blend that out. Just got a fluffy brush, and I am just gonna run it over. Now, I'm not gonna run it over my entire shadow because I don't want it to pick any of the color up. I don't want to remove the color. So I'm just coming around the outside and lightly buffing it in. Another trick you can do is your pinky. You can just take your pinky and especially up around your brow area, just very lightly blend it in. Either of those work. But I do, well, I use my pinky a lot, but I always grab the brush first. So I'm just coming in really just to blend all of those colors together so there's not, kind of look down where you can see there's not any big, like, you know, I use the word harsh because I feel like that's a good word, but any harsh looking lines there. Okay, so I'm going to throw on some lips and then I'll show you the finished look. All right, so I actually just put my lips on with you. So we're gonna be using Polite, which is a caramel nude color. I love this color. This color and Peppy are my go-tos for Younique lip liners. I did put a little bit of just nude cream shadow on my lips. I actually have an old color from Younique, which we no longer have. It's called Victorious. I bought a whole bunch of them when I learned we were doing away with them. But you can find a great nude cream shadow and use it as a primer. I've always primed my lips. Makes your lipstick stay on better and it holds the color true instead of changing color like so many lip colors do. All right, so I'm just gonna line my lips. Okay, not perfect, but they're lined. I'm not going anywhere, just staying home, got friends coming over. And then I'm gonna take our Luxe lip gloss and I'm going to apply that on. And the one step I completely forgot to tell you is rub your lips together so you kind of get that lip liner all over your lips, and it will also help your lip gloss or lipstick stay on longer because it gives you that additional color underneath. It's beautiful. I love Luxe. It is so pretty and it is the perfect color. If you don't have this lip gloss, get it. You'll want it. It's gorgeous. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'll post a picture from when I did this look before on the eyes. I believe the lips are also maybe the same. If not, they're very similar. But again, this palette is Addiction Palette 8 on sale, $35, won't last. Website for me is bettermascara.com. So you can just hop on there, type that in and order it. And I'll also put my website link below. While you're there, make sure you look around. Have a great day. Bye.